Hey everybody, so it's Linnell, my journey into trekking. Now I promised you some information, and it's related, it's related to my prison sentence. It's true. So let me tell you about it. Here's what happened. As you know, if you're a student, you get in your CDL. If you're a driver, and this is really important, if you're a new driver and you're not yet at your year or 2 years, depending on the company you work for. So my company makes me, even though I've been cleared to have a 2-year medical card, my company wants me to renew mine every year, which is a pain in the butt. But hey, you know what? If I don't like it, I can go somewhere else, right? I mean, you make choices, and this is something you want to find out. Okay, so here's what happened. I was getting up to my year, so that I needed to renew my medical card, which I don't know why they call it a card. It's not a card. It's a whole bunch of papers, and let's say blah blah blah, yakety smackety, and she's healthy and all that, but we still want her to get a renewal every year. Okay, so no problem. So I went into the terminal to the Warner doctor and went through. I take a medication that I've taken for 21 years. And anyway, they wanted to get a note from my doctor. Okay. So I contacted the doctor's office, and because the Warner doctor gave me a form to send. Now, some of this is part of my own just frustration that I'm really healthy, and I don't go to the doctor because, you know, if I got a cold, by the time I go, you know, if I have a cold or flu, by the time I go, they're just going to say, get plenty of rest, drink lots of fluids, and take some aspirin or whatever. So why go pay somebody for that? So if before driving, if I'm lucky, I would go, you know, I don't know, I just didn't go. I mean, it had to be really bad. So anyway, this doctor is a brand new doctor. In fact, so I went to her once about a month ago to get a renewal on my prescription. Otherwise, I'd never seen her before. In fact, she probably has a more intimate relationship with the fly that buzzes around in her office than me. And so anyway, I'm in Dallas. She's in Ogden, Utah, and they want me to reach out to her. So I did. She's on vacation. So then I find out that because my renewal is pending, technically I'm not legal to drive. So this is where the prison part comes in. I was really mad. I was. And I had this like awesome little hidey hole that I would stay at for my 10-hour or my 34, because I don't really like being at the terminal. But because my trainer, Mr. Andre, told me don't go to the terminal unless you have to. So anyway, I digress. I wanted to just stay at my hidey hole, because it has a theater, a Starbucks, an Albertsons, there's restaurants around, there's a nail place, which I just was going to get a pedicure. There's a massage place, not that kind of massage, and a place that does lashes and all that good stuff. So they said, no, you can't. You have to stay at the terminal. So I was in terminal prison, and it drove me crazy. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm 55 years old, and you gave me this brand new truck that costs, you know, I don't know, $90,000, $100,000, and you can't just let me stay in my little special place? So I said, no. So I had to stay at the terminal. So, but my doctor was on vacation, wasn't going to be back until that following Monday. So it was like a week. Well, so, she finally gets back, and the, her assistant calls and says, well, the doctor really wants you to come in for some blood work. And she wants to see you before she'll fill out the form. Are you kidding me? Ugh. So I'm like, I'm in Dallas. I was just there like a month and a half ago. She's seen me. And so she's like, well, we'll get back to you. And so I hear nothing. They never call back. So I don't know what's going on. And finally I go up to the admin building, and they go, oh yeah, your doctor sent a form over. Thanks for letting me know. So anyway, that got all taken care of. Now, the other thing, so that's one thing. So, whatever, if you have any medication you take, some physical something, I don't know, whatever, get it okayed by your doctor before, not too far, it's got to be like a month, I think. Make it 2 weeks would be even better. But somewhere in there, you'll want to look at your, this is our company manual, driver's manual, and supposedly everything's in here to answer every question. So apparently you're supposed to memorize it. Don't get me started. So anyway, I lost my train of thought. I can't think of what I was going to say now. So, okay, so, I got that, and you'll want, I know what I was saying. So you'll want to do it enough ahead of time so you have fresh paperwork with your okay from your doctor, so that then if your company requires their doctor to sign off on your doctor's stuff, that you have fresh sign-off paperwork. I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, let me know about that. So the second thing, then I got put in terminal prison again. No, actually, I didn't go into terminal prison. It was fantastic. I was at one of my theaters. So here's what happened. So you'll hear this term a lot, that the drivers are required to self-certify. Okay. And so they have a form, and I don't have it because when I had my physical, I signed it and they kept it. So I didn't have it. So what the self-certification, because nobody explained what that means. And, you need to, if you have other people in your school with you, this is information that they also need to know. So if you could share this or my channel or this video with them, to prevent you and them having to go through all of this stupid rigmarole that never even had to happen, that would be really awesome. And I would love it if you would hit the like button too. So here's the self-certification lowdown. You have to, so it's the form that you sign that says what kind of CDL driver you are, basically. And you certify that that's what you're going to do. And then you take that form and your medical form, and you have to, you or your company has to send that to your state, their Department of licensing, motor vehicles, whatever the state, all the states are a little bit different in what they call it, I think. DMV, well, you're not a motor vehicle, I can't remember. So you're going to want to do that, because what happened was, when I first got hired on, the company did everything. So they did the form, I signed everything, they sent it in, and they said, next year you have to self-certify. Okay, so they didn't say what that meant. And that's what it means is you fill out that form and you send it in. So when I got my form that I did with the medical thing and they had a copy of this, I assumed that was self-certification and they mailed it in. They didn't. And so what happened was I was shut down for my 10-hour, and I got a message on the Qualcomm saying, you can't run, call ASAP. And it was because Utah had essentially, yanked my license because they didn't have my self-certification and my medical form and all that. So you need to find out from your state if they got a website or something you write it down on or whatever. So you know that in that year or second year or whatever it is that you have all the information you need to send it. Now, it would have been nice after I had my medical and I did the self-certification if somebody said, okay, are you going to fax it or would you like us to fax it for you or are you going to email it? So I didn't even know. And then, so somebody in safety, I told him, I said, dude, I didn't know. I knew I was supposed to self-certify. That wasn't ever explained to me. I said, oh, it's all in your driver's manual. Guess what? It's not. It's not. It doesn't say anything about it in here. I looked up, I didn't read cover to cover, but I read everything and I looked up everything in here that was pertaining to it or even close to it. It doesn't say anything about how to do it. So I ended up having to sign a form letter saying I was in violation and I'm a really bad girl and that I'll never not do something that I don't know I'm supposed to do again. I think that's right. So anyway, I hope that makes sense. So first off, your medical, everything goes to your state for your license. You need to figure out where you need to send that info, whether it's a fax or an email or you mail it or whatever. Get your doctor, if you have any kind of anything that if your company's like mine and they require their doctor to sign off on your doctor's stuff, then you need to get that from your doctor first, and it needs to be fresh, and so that you can give that to them, because if your medical card is your giant, huge, massive medical card, if it is pending, you can't drive. So that's my prison story. I was really frustrated, but you know what? Here's the thing, it drives my husband crazy. I always try and find the good in stuff. And you know what? I ended up hanging at the terminal with some of the other drivers on the same account that I'm on right now, this temp assignment. And we had a little impromptu barbecue, and I got to know some of the drivers a little bit better, and I had fun. So there you go. If it hadn't happened, I wouldn't have met them. I wouldn't have gotten to break bread with them. And yeah, so there you go. So find the good, even in bad stuff that's annoying and it's pissing you off. If you try, you can find the good in anything. So, yeah, that's it. So that's my prison story, and if you have questions about this, feel free. I'm not going to know about your state. I'm not going to know about your company that you're going to go with, but ask. That's the other thing. I didn't even know to ask. So this is even to tell you, this is information to tell you to ask them. How do I do my self-certification next year or in 2 years? Do you do it, or do I do it? Or do I just sign a form and you send it off? So ask that question of whoever you end up working for, and get all your ducks in a row so you don't have any hiccups and don't have to go to terminal prison like I did. So, yeah. And that's it. And I'm so glad that you've come on this journey with me. I hope this is helpful. I would really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe. I don't put videos out every day, but I try to get some stuff going on, and I try to have helpful information. I'm also going to do a little bit more about the kingpin, what's it called when it slides over the top, which you're never ever supposed to do. So it's very, very bad, but it can happen, and I want to show you the actual what it looks like. I know I've talked about it, and I've seen other people talk about the solutions, but I want to show you the actual mechanics of what to do. So so stay tuned for that, and remember to be nice. Be nice to each other. Smile at somebody, hold the door, compliment them on something, just comment. A lot of people wear a t-shirt that's got something, about a fundraiser or something that they're passionate about. Sorry about that. I'm still waiting to get a red Viking trucker gear tank top. So if any of you know a certain red Viking trucker, mention to them that these tank tops are fabulous, but I need the logo. So that'd be great. So be nice, have fun, enjoy your life, and even when stuff happens that annoys you and frustrates you, find the good. So that's all I got. Thanks again. Subscribe, like, share. Especially, I think this video is really important because you're going to be out for a year, and then this could really blindside you. So or somebody else. So be sure and share it with your friends. All right. Thanks. Bye-bye.